Well, technology enhanced learning is a real tool to have, not just in terms of life skill, but in terms of job skills and advancement. I'm currently doing a foundation degree in early childhood studies, and early years environments are progressively turning towards technology, in that a lot of the reporting structure and a lot of the observational structure on children and about children, which is shared with family, is done via the internet and via internet programs. So it really comes in useful. But I think from a management point of view, it's good to have interactive stuff, because it's really motivational for your staff and for your team, whatever team you might be. And it's really good to be able to have those little sort of ideas which make things quicker, faster, more interesting, and you can disseminate information really quickly.
In my setting, we use a program called Tapestry, where we do all our observations for children, and that way we can the parents can look at it online in like such videos and photos. And also it's been a real benefit. A lot of parents have come up to me and said how great it is that, you know, because they're all got their iPads at home as well, and that even the children are looking at themselves on their videos at home, so it's really nice sort of personal touch. And also thinking about like special needs, there's some good things on the internet that we could really help their development, to stretch it a lot further than maybe just, you know, a pen and paper. So us being aware of what's out there, from what we're being taught in college as well as on our own with social media, things like that, it's really good to have like a broad knowledge of what's actually available.
Yeah, technology enhanced learning is definitely beneficial as a student. It's enabled me to learn different types of softwares and things that I can use to help my learning and to make things more interesting. And as a practitioner, it's useful because there's a lot of things such as Blend-Space, GoAnimate, that I didn't really know about, which I do now, which will help other practitioners. And in the long term myself, I'd like to own my own nursery and be a manager, so it's also a way of motivating others and motivating my own team one day.
Hi, my name is Kate James. I'm a lecturer on the Foundation Degree Programme for Early Childhood Studies, and I've been looking at different ways to engage my learners in collaborative learning. I've been using a range of different e-learning tools, which include Blend-Space, Fakebook. We've looked at Padlet, we've looked at GoConquer, which is a mind mapping and flashcard tool. And I've wanted the students to try a different range of tools to not only enrich their learning within the classroom, but also to provide them with opportunities to develop collaborative learning across the two year groups. Recently, the students, as part of their formative assessment, they were required to do a presentation. Now, previously they've done this over the last 2 terms, and they've produced a PowerPoint and they've carried out a presentation and spoken alongside that. However, I wanted to give them another opportunity of trying a different skill. So I asked them that if they would like to engage in a different type of learning, and this was introducing them to Blend-Space. They created their own Blend-Spaces, and in that they included PowerPoint, they embedded clips. One student particularly impressed me when she developed something called VideoScribe. It's like an animated clip, and she spoke over that clip. It's had a variety of benefits. The main benefit is that it's an opportunity for them to collaboratively learn between each other. So they've created obviously these tools, and it's allowed them to share ideas without having to get together face to face. They've been able to work from home, share their ideas, make comments on each other's work collaboratively on a particular topic or presentation. And again, the benefits has been that they can apply this to their daily practice. By using e-learning tools has helped us as a team to perform better, as we have the opportunity now collaborative on different types of projects. So for instance, if we're looking at safeguarding or inclusion, we might find a different piece of research. We might find something that we've read that will enhance the learner's experience, but it not only enhances their experience, it also enhances ours as a teacher, because we might have not come across that particular article. It saved us time, and it's helped us collaborative and share out, and also it's brought a new passion to our department. There's a buzz around the department thinking about the different styles and teaching methods and embedding this into their daily practice. It's just becoming a normal part of our practice.
In August 1923, Rudolf Steiner visited a nursery school in Dipford at the invitation of Margaret Macmillan. He describes his visit.
Hello, Margaret.
Hello, Mr. Steiner.
I used GoAnimate for a presentation, and I found that it made it a lot more interesting for everyone else watching, and was less daunting for me because I could create a person who was describing what my presentation was about. So he basically did the job for me. So it was, and everyone started laughing. So it made it really
It's like a cartoon, isn't it?
Yeah.
Building a cartoon.
Yeah, it was nice to see everyone's reaction. Like when I also did GoAnimate, and it was nice to see how everyone was responding to it, and it made me feel good about myself. I kind of felt praised, which was really nice as well.
Made it less formal. That would be a good word to use it, because
Yeah.
presentations are really like, I was terrified to do it, but doing that, everyone was laughing, having a giggle, so it sort of had a more modern take on what we were trying to get, the information that we're trying to get across. It made people understand it more.
She was born in 1870 to 1952.
So I use VideoScribe.
She observed behaviours in young children whilst working in elementary schools and also read all major work on educational theory over the previous 200 years.
So it's a clearer
She came to the conclusion that her ideas would not only benefit children who had disabilities whom she had worked with, but that it would also be of great benefit to all children. She observed that education begins from birth, and that children experience periods of special sensitivities where children are eager to learn.
Two of the sort of the technology enhanced learning that I've been doing, and I think some of the group has been using BlendSpace as well. BlendSpace is a really good way of putting all your references and resources together, and you can structure it so that it can lead up to your either your assignment or a test or whatever, so you can have all your information in one place, but it's interactive, so you can click on a link and go to a journal or have a YouTube reference of a video related to your studies. And Go Conquer I really enjoyed because it is interactive. You can share it with your classmates or your group presentation.
This is a mind map that I made for a certain topic in my course. It was learning theorists, but look what happens when you play it. So it's literally a mind map unfolding. So it links up. And I think if you had the full package, you could maybe add
just having the flashcards which kind of flip over and you can add pictures and text to it. That was really good. A different way of doing what traditionally you would do as a PowerPoint, but this was more visually exciting and really easy to use.
What you do is you can, if I wanted to put in a YouTube clip, I could Google early years, say, and it will give me some YouTube clips which I can then drag over into my BlendSpace, which are interactive. You could also go onto Google, you can compile charts on here, and you can also insert things from your own desktop and your own files. As part of our independent learning, Kate has asked us before to create our own as a way of, before we do mind maps in the lesson, but now we're doing BlendSpaces where we drag over all of our research. So it's basically, for our plans at the moment, for our essays and our reports, we go to our BlendSpace and all the information, the journals, the documents we want to look at are saved there. Also previously for homework, Kate has set us to look at a BlendSpace, and there's lots of information which is relevant to the topic we're studying, and then as our homework we needed to comment on it. So I'll show you how you add comments. In the box here it's very, very simple. You just add a comment. So if I agreed with something that Kate has put on there, so if I found this really interesting and I thought I was going to use it in my assignment, I can add what I thought on here, and then you add comment, and then Kate can see that I've looked at the BlendSpace and that I'm going to use it, and it's a way of her checking that we're keeping up to date with our learning. And okay, we can collaborate together as a group with the e-learning tools that we've got, because we can assign each other to co-authors, so we can put our emails in and then we can share our work with others and give each other advice and find and share resources as well that are relevant to the topic.
As a group, we've got to really know each other, and we've created a really close bond. So when we need help, we do go to our peers and ask for help, and they are really supportive, and they do really help us out. So we've created a WhatsApp group where we've exchanged numbers. If one of us are stuck with something, and we just go onto our WhatsApp group and ask the question, and you get like 5-6 different replies, and they're all really helpful.
So Fakebook is a profile, like as in a Facebook, and that you can create a Fakebook with posts and pretend friends, and you add everything you want in there, so the date of birth of the person. And I used it for one of my assignments, and I created a Fakebook for a theorist called Susan Isaacs. I find it interesting using a Fakebook rather than just writing these notes down on paper, because it's fun and you get creative, you get to write posts and you get to create fake people around.
I think for me personally, when I was younger and I used to look at my teachers, I used to think, oh, I want to be like that. And then now for me to be in that position where I'm inspiring children to think, oh, I want to be able to learn to do this and I want to be a teacher, it's actually nice, because you're meant to be good role models and you're meant to be inspirational, and you can be when you show these children what you've learned and what you can learn and the new skills you can learn. I think it's pretty great, I think.
You're up to date.
Yeah, definitely.